Hello everyone, it's me again, the Real Local Maniac. I'm back again with the return of the 16-bit wars. And as you can see, today I'll be playing Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because it's Halloween today, and plus I've been meaning to play this for quite some time. And I've also just heard that it's also come out on the Wii Virtual Console. Now this game's done by LucasArts, as you can see by there. Now this is the first game in the series. The second one was called Ghoul Patrol, but for me it'll always be Zombie Ate My Neighbors, the one that really sort of like made me play it. Wasn't too keen on the second one. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but anyway, as with the 16-bit wars, we start off with the Sega Mega Drive, or Genesis, or whatever you want to call it. Now those are your characters. You get to play John, or is it Edward, from X Factor. That's who he looks like, don't you reckon? That's where John and Edward got their look from. So today I'll be playing John. And if you guys haven't got a clue who I'm talking about, that's probably a good thing. I admit it, I have been watching the X Factor. So there's John. He's looking for his brother Edward, who's been kidnapped by zombies. Now this is the Sega Mega Drive version, by the way, guys. The graphics look absolutely lovely to this day. The music's really catchy. And basically, it feels like you're playing like it's like a Gauntlet type game, basically, but with a lot nicer graphics and more areas to explore. And this game's got a lot more character as well. This game still plays like amazing to this day. Now the aim of the game is you've got to try and find all the people you've got to save. You can switch weapons there. You need to find keys or unlock doors, just your typical thing. But this game does it with such character, it does do it pretty well. But yeah guys, don't you think he does look like those two twins on the X Factor, John and Edward? Now, I am struggling with this bit here a little bit because the control pad I'm playing it with is a really shitty control pad. And I know I use that as an excuse sometimes when I don't do very well in games, but when I press right, it goes up or down, you know, it's just a bit annoying. So I've really got to be very thorough when I press the controls in this pad that I'm using. Sorry guys, I'm just going a bit quiet because I'm just concentrating too much on this game. I really like it. I do want you guys to pay attention to the music and the sort of overall look of the game, because I will be doing the Super Nintendo version. And I admit it does look very, very similar, but there are a few differences in the actual game itself and sound and graphics. But this is a fantastic game, and I thought what better way to, you know, restart the 16-bit wars, but, you know, doing this game. Now, I will be doing some of the other videos in my series. I will be doing the 8-bit wars, Sega vs Nintendo. This is the 16-bit wars, Sega vs Nintendo. I will be doing a few more videos. This will probably be the last one that I do this month. And then I'm going to have just a week and a bit off, just to chill out and just do whatever. Oh guys, I completely forgot to mention, today is Halloween. Today, if my wife actually ever lets me go on her Mac, I'm going to upload episode 3 of the 1 hour monthly podcast show. You can find that on iTunes by simply typing 1HMPS, and that'll bring up the podcast that I've done. And this month, guess what, because it's Halloween, we'll be talking about zombies, horror, and just other scary stuff. And why not check out my blog as well? I've got loads of things there. Probably tomorrow I'll have my zombie top 10 horror movies that I'll be uploading, so check out my blog, which you'll find on my main YouTube page. There's like a link to it. And while you're doing that, why not check out my forum, where we talk about loads of random rambling things. One of the questions I've put up on the forum is, where would you hide if a zombie outbreak actually ever occurred? So, if you're bored, got a bit of spare time, why not check it out? Again, follow the link that is on my YouTube channel. Anyway, enough of sort of shamelessly plugging the site. Let's quickly go back to this game. This game is fucking amazing. I love it. And I might have to download this on the Wii Virtual Console. I think it is the Super Nintendo version, because it's Nintendo, yeah, I suppose it is. I love the graphics of this and the music. It's fantastic. forgot where I've got to go. Do a bit of bin scrounging then, because that's what John and Ed would do. Ooh, now that's what I call a weapon. So like some sort of rocket launcher. Forgot to mention, you can use other weapons, like I think a can of Coke explodes, sort of like a grenade. Anyway, this is a fantastic game on the Sega Mega Drive. I definitely recommend that, you know, if you do see this somewhere, definitely buy it, give it a go, check it out. Alrighty then, this is Zombie Ate My Neighbors on the Super Nintendo, or Super NES, or SNES, that's what I like to call it. Anyway, let's start this game. I don't know why it says monsters there instead of Zombie Ate My Neighbors. Now the graphics there, as you can see, are a lot more colourful, a lot more detailed. Saying that though, the Super Nintendo did have a lot more colours to play around with, but then again, adding colour to a game doesn't necessarily mean it's better. Now the graphics are very, very similar. It's kind of hard to tell the difference really on the Super Nintendo and Mega Drive version. Apart from this one looks more like it's more cartoony, the colours are a little bit brighter, they look a lot more... The other one, I don't know, probably looked a little bit blockier because there wasn't that, you know, so many colours. But overall you get the same game. But again, this is the whole reason why I started doing the 8-bit wars and 16-bit wars. It's just to sort of like see the different versions that you'd get on different computer and consoles. Because even though the machines were pretty much similar, they would look different. And that's something you don't get nowadays. If you play an Xbox 360 game, it looks pretty much exactly the same as, I'd say, a PS3 game. Oh, I love the music in this. I think the sound's a little bit better on this Super Nintendo version. I don't know, I mean, controlling the game, it plays about the same sort of speed. I mean, I think it is pretty much the same game. I think it's just, it pretty much copied over the code or whatever it is, what they do. But I love this game. I don't know the story of this game actually, like why, you know, how come there's zombies around? And look at that fat dude there, just chilling out, having a drink by the pool. He's one chilled out dude for doing that. I wouldn't be doing that if there was a zombie outbreak. I'll be hiding in a castle, surrounded by emotes, you know, pouring hot oil and stuff like that. That's where I'd be in case of a zombie outbreak. But yeah, it's Halloween. I am so excited. I'm gonna just upload the podcast a little bit later, and after that, I'm gonna sit on my ass and I'm gonna sit down and watch loads of zombie films. I think the first one I'll start off with. I know they're not quite zombies, but The Infected in 28 Days Later, and then after that, I think I'll move on to a bit of Romero, followed. I don't know, then I'll move on to some sort of ghostly films, like something like Poltergeist. Yeah, the music is certainly a lot more clearer in this SNES version. Definitely. I think it sounds a little bit better. It's just one hell of a great game. I think I know what I'm going to be doing. Next week, when I have my week off from doing any of these sort of game and video reviews and stuff like that, I'll be just sitting around playing this game. Because just doing the review of this has made me sort of think, you know what, I need to finish this game. I've never actually finished it. I'm going to definitely give it a go. And somewhere down the line, actually, I might even do the Ghoul Patrol. But to me, this was always the better of the two. The music's good in this, it's fantastic. I forget how good the Sega Mega Drive and Super Nintendo were. Oh, I think next week I might just sort of sit around. I'm on my late shifts next week, so I've got plenty of time. But anyway, enough of me rambling on. Let's see who the winner's going to be. Is it going to be the Sega Mega Drive, or is it going to be the Super Nintendo? Well, for the return of the 16-bit wars, I think today I'm going to have to go for the good old Super Nintendo. Thanks very much, I'm the Real Locomaniac, and see you next time. Goodbye.